Rwanda Basic Education Board Multimedia Production Studio. I am Ezekiel Tuishime. Today we have Wise Ways segment under Study Hub program. As you all know, the vision of Rwanda Basic Education Board is to promote the quality of education in basic, specialized, and adult schools. In the studio, we always invite educationalists, the headmasters, the tutors, the teachers, the pupils, and the students. In the studio, we brought you the key invitees. Guess who? On my left side, we have Kwambiliwa Deborah. Kwambiliwa Deborah, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, nice to have you on board. We also have Murindwa Elvis. He is also a pupil. He's a student from primary. Elvis, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Elvis is not alone, and Deborah. They are with their educator, the teacher. The teacher is Ahereza Ashel. Ashel, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
This is a Rwanda Basic Education Board Multimedia Production Studio. Deborah, who you study English, Kiswahili, mathematics, French, etc. There are very many lessons that you study. But you must have something new that you brought to us. What is that?
I'm here to show you what I do and what's my talent.
What's your talent? Show us.
I make books, storybooks. First we have...
Hold on. Do you make or you write?
I write.
Uh-huh.
First we have Magic Love. Second, Annabella the Mermaid. Third, we have The Lost Girl and the Prince. Lastly, we have The Separable Twins' Love Became Inseparable.
Wow. Deborah, are you the one who write those books? Are you the one who assemble them? I wish you to pick one book, you open it, you show us the papers and the cover. How do you make it? Explain to us.
These are papers.
Then the cover?
The cover.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Now, where do you get the papers? Where do you get the covers? How do you assemble? How do you bind the book?
The papers, I get them from my sister. My sister gets them from us where she works and brings them for me. And these covers, I get them from the old books which are already torn. Yes, on the given. So I get the cover. I put glue on the cover. I put it on this paper. Then I put glue on the paper on the cover and get stuck.
Wow, this is very good. In the studio, we have students, we have pupils who are trying to do magic. This is magic. This is wonderful. No one can believe that a student, a pupil from primary school can write a book, can bind a book. What inspired you to write the books then?
What inspired me to write the books is that I read different stories from different sources. So I felt to do also my storybook so that I can be proud of myself.
Okay, this is wonderful. Teacher Ashel,
Yes.
let me back to you. How did you discover that the student can write, can produce such books? Though they are made in a way, in her way. She tried her, she didn't use machines, she writes with a pen. But can you imagine a pupil like this? How old are you?
11 years old.
A pupil of 11 years old to write the story, to bind and come up with the tangible thing. How did you discover that she can?
She is a person who used to come to me asking for books now and then. I asked myself, why? Why do you want books every day? She told me that I want to be the author. So I want to borrow knowledge. I said, sure. She said yes. So I said, okay, it's fine. Go and write. Then you bring to me. I see what you have written. Because in most cases, these people, they need guidance and correction somehow, somewhere, in case when they go wrong. When it comes to grammatical errors and punctuations. I saw her creativity, because a person to think and make a book cover, it is something which needs someone's creativity. So this girl, she's a person who is very, very wise. So I felt like I should help her and uplift her talent of writing.
Kwambiriwa, she's a child who likes reading. She always comes to ask and to borrow books many times. She's a quite hard-working child. Yeah, she likes it. She likes that we even find her writing sometimes.
Mulindwa Elvis, what have you learned from your sister Deborah? What are you learning from her?
She has kept inspiring me to make my own storybooks also, because also I wanted to make my own, but I never had the courage to make my own books. So she guided me in how I can make one. We have just went through making the cover. I just made the book, but I don't know how to make the cover. So she has taught me. So now if I get home, I may proceed on making my storybooks.
Yes, this is Rwanda Basic Education Board Multimedia Production Studio. We are with the pupils who managed to write the books. It is wonderful, very wonderful. Deborah, how do you balance your day? You know, you have the role, you have responsibility of studying, but when you reach home, you have homeworks, you have to do research. How do you balance your day and you include the work of writing the book?
First of all, I personally have my own timetable. During the weekends, that's the time when I write my storybooks. But during other days, I write, I revise, and I do the homeworks and I do research because the time is favorable.
Elvis, how do you manage to do the same? I think you also have another initiative at home after revising, after doing the homework. Do you have your own time, and how do you do it?
I find some favorable time, like in the holidays or maybe in the weekends. That's when I try to make my own storybooks or maybe poems or songs.
Elvis, thank you so much. But also, I would like to ask you the question:
Yes.
What is the role of English,
English.
in our life?
Our life. English it eases the communication with people who don't understand your language. Maybe they are coming from other countries. Like, for example, the teacher who came, who was from Uganda, he didn't know the language of Rwanda. So I used to talk to him in English when I had some problems. That's the reason why English helps us. And also in businesses, when you go to work with other people, like people come from other countries to come in the countries, like for example Rwanda.
I like the points. You see that English is a key. Recently, Rwanda Basic Education Board started the initiative of establishing the English language clubs across the country. 150 English clubs were established, and 100 more English clubs are going to be established across the country. In the total, there will be 250. We wish all Rwandans to be capable on labor market, to be able to communicate. And the role of this English is to enhance and to enable the communication. You know, English is a medium of communication in our schools. Let me back to you, Deborah.
Yes.
Uh, what are your dreams? You took an initiative of writing the books. You put them into the reality. You looked for the papers. You burned them. Then what are your dreams?
My dreams are to be unique from others. And also, I want to help to change the world. And I want to help people to learn writing skills and reading skills through my writings.
And you want to become someone. Where do you want to reach actually?
Actually, I want to reach on the very best level.
On a
That's
standard
all.
level. Yes. Teacher Ashel,
Yes.
what advice do you give to other teachers to help the learners and also to help them to improve either in performance and in communication?
Well, the advice I can give to the teachers, it is to be supportive. So to be supportive is where you find that these learners in their writings or in their skills, they need guidance to guide them on how to do things. If she's writing, you have to tell her how a good composition should be, so that it can even have lessons where the readers can get lessons what can help them from your writings. Yes. And even to help them on arranging their work in correct sequence, whereby the steps should be following each other like that.
Thank you so much. Rwanda Basic Education Board is the one that you are following. Deborah,
Yes.
what are the messages that are there? Maybe you can pick one and tell us the brief about the story which is inside.
First, the title is The Lost Girl and the Prince. This book talks about how in a certain village a wall appeared and people started running. So this lost girl were lost also in the town. So when the prince saw her, the prince called her. That's not a host. Let me show you how they do it. So they entered, and the prince asked her if she had where to live. She didn't have where to live because she was lost in that town. So the prince took her at his home, at the palace. Everybody sat on the chair on the table waiting for food, but for her she sat down because she was from the village. So when they brought the food, she saw the fork, knife, and the spoon. She got the fork, she started combing her hair. She got the spoon.
Oh my God.
She got the spoon, she started looking as if it was a mirror, and she got the fork, this knife, she got the fork and the spoon, handled it on the fork as if it was just a stick. Annabella the mermaid. She was the mermaid, she lived underwater. You know that mermaids live underwater. Madame Samaki.
Madam Samaki.
They live underwater. So once she wanted to go to land, she went there and she became a human being with legs, feet, everything. But no one knew that she was underwater. People always fear the mermaids. They think that they are the monsters. Even real, it happens. So they captured most of the fish, and those fish were the friends of this mermaid. So the mermaid looked for a way to go and save them.
The next book, maybe 1 minute to finish.
This Magic Love. Magic Love it talks about the disabled girl. That girl had a singing talent. So she sang very well. She wanted to go to town to sing and she become a star and she gets some money. So to go there, her with her sister, they went to the king to ask for some money. The king said that if you want some money, first sing for us and you see if you are deserved to get that money.
Oh my God. Allow me to cut her short. This is very important and very amazing. Rwanda Basic Education Board is the one that you're following. This is Deborah Kwambiliwa, who tried to write the book, who tried to read many books and get different ideas from those books and add in her own books. Deborah,
Yes.
is it helping you to perform in a class? This work of yours, is it helping you to perform in class?
Of course, it is helping me.
How then?
Especially when I'm doing these books, I write and I also think. I think more. So it is helping me. I'm improving especially English, because I write in English language. I'm improving. In writing skills, reading skills, and also in thinking. I'm thinking too much. That it is helping me to perform very well.
Among the 4 children who are performing in her class, she's among, and she performs well in reading, in listening, in speaking. She doesn't even speak Kinyarwanda here unless they are in a Kinyarwanda lesson. So she's ever really having that heart of performing English, French. She even speaks French fluently. So she doesn't read only English. She reads each and every language that we teach here at school.
Wonderful. Mr. Ashel,
Yes.
do you think English can help learners to perform, and how does it contribute to their performance?
Well, English helps the learners to perform very well because most of the times in their subjects, apart from French and Kinyarwanda, they are set in English. So it helps them to understand the questions and they know what they're going to answer. Yes. And even it helps them in communication, in writing skills, because there is a part of, for example, let me talk about English. It has 3 parts whereby you have a part of composition. In that part of composition, if you don't know English, you cannot earn anything. You get 0. So if they speak English and they know how to write it, it will help them to fetch the marks and help them to pass. Yes.
We are towards the end of the show. Rwanda Basic Education Board Multimedia Production Studio is the one that you're following. Deborah,
Yes.
can you leave us with a key message?
First of all, I thank my family. It helped me, it supported me, and it always supports me. It helps me to learn more. I thank my mother, my father, my sisters, and my brothers. I thank them for all what they did, and I wish them the best. And as Rwandans, I want to advise you to read storybooks, to read stories, because you learn more, you improve in your skills, you improve in reading skills, you improve in your studies. It helps you to think more, and it helps you to be active in.
Thank you so much. Mulindwa Elvis, can you advise other pupils, other students? What advice can you give to those students?
The students who are low in English, I'd like to advise them, focus. English is simple. English makes you to focus. Like for example, in mathematics questions, there are some children who don't understand English very well. They try to guess it, but if you first think about the question twice before you answer, it's when you understand it better, and also it's how you improve in your studies. It's what my father, my mother, and also my teacher who tells me that you first think before you act. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let us back to the tutor, the educator, Mr. Ashel.
Yes.
Advise the students.
So I can advise the learners and the students as well. It is to use their time profitably. Since they have 2 weeks, it means they should not use that time for television and watching and playing games, but instead they should focus on their books and know what they want. Yes.
Wonderful. Rwanda Basic Education Board is the one that you are following. This is the end of the Wise Ways segment under Study Hub program. Remember, the vision of Rwanda Basic Education Board is to promote the quality of education in basic, specialized, and adult schools. We shall keep on bringing many more educationalists, students, learners in general, and other educational partners who contribute to education system of Rwanda. I'm Ezekiel Tushime. This is the end of the segment.